Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, you folks, I'm Platter V, Series V as I do for the water. I go over there, try out food and drink items, eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that at the time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I had a night at work. And that ties into the reason why this particular item is being reviewed right now. But we'll get into that. Folks, super simple concept. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. We'll also do so. It might be a bit grody. I do apologize, but only superficially because at the end of the day, it's just a video digital format. It's not like you're in the car with me, what with the paint and solvent fumes and the things and all the such. But whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. I am wearing my grody work clothes. Typically, when those two things coincide, that means that I was on my way home from work. I found some shit to review for you. That's kind of the case. I definitely did get off of work. That happened. And like I said, it was a night. It was just issues with machinery and things breaking down, and then people wanting us to try to do things, and then that didn't work, so shut it down again, and then bring it back up again. We're going to try this. That didn't work, shut it down again. And then literally with 4 minutes left in my shift, I'm like, all right, I'm just about to get out of here. They're like, Brandon, we need you to help us with this because we need somebody we can trust to move the machine and shit. I'm like, all right. But, thing is, folks, when I have a crappy night at work, I like to go to a special place. What's that special place? Boom, it's Dunkin' Donuts / Baskin Robbins. I've reviewed plenty of things from Dunkin' Donuts, and not so much from their Baskin Robbins side. But the thing is, could have gone over there and gotten something off their Dunkin' menu, but no. Because when I have a crappy night at work, I like to get a milkshake. I am pretty much the only person at 7:30 a.m. who's getting a milkshake. In fact, at one point in time, it's not the case anymore, but the two Dunkin' Donuts closest to me knew me as the milkshake guy because I got to get a milkshake. But this specifically, folks, this isn't just any milkshake. This is the Sundae Funday milkshake, which isn't like a special milkshake or anything, but the Sundae Funday is their ice cream of the month. So Baskin Robbins, they do a flavor of the month, which is just what it sounds like. It's a special flavor, only available for that 1 month, although sometimes they will carry it on into the next month. This one is Sundae Funday. It consists of vanilla and chocolate ice creams topped with fudge swirls, chocolate dipped waffle cone pieces, and a shower of rainbow sprinkles. And because folks have asked me to go over there and mention the price when I can be bothered to remember, it cost me $7.99 for a large shake, which fucked me sideways. I remember this because pricing changes depending on where you go. And I remember at one point in time, I got a milkshake from my old hometown. And my old hometown is a little bit hoity-toity. They got some money floating around. And I remember at the time, it was like $7 for a milkshake there. And I was like, because the places around me, it was still like maybe $5.29 or some shit. Now we're at $7.99. I can't even imagine what it's like over there. Anyway, let's try a milkshake. It's sufficiently thick. This can't not be good. It's just a fucking sundae slapped into milkshake format. It's very tasty. The vanilla kind of gets lost in there because obviously it's all blended together. The chocolate kind of takes the forefront. But the vanilla does add its own little thing to it. It kind of... And it's interesting. I actually learned this years ago. One of the things that chocolate makers will do sometimes is they'll actually add in a little bit of vanilla into their chocolate because vanilla... Something about the way vanilla meshes with our brain and our taste buds, it actually makes chocolate taste more chocolatey. And it's something about the association. I don't know if it's just because we associate vanilla and chocolate together on a very psychological taste bud level. But yeah, I've always found that really interesting. So it's doing its thing. It's sprucing it up a little bit. I don't know if it's giving it particularly extra chocolatey feel, but it definitely doesn't taste just like straight chocolate ice cream, but it's definitely more chocolate than it is anything else. And then you got the bits, because that's really the main thing of uh, this particular flavor. It's because it's chocolate and vanilla. Those two things work together. Ain't no two ways about it. It's the extra bits that make it the Sunday Funday, as it were. And yeah, I'm getting an occasional little cluster of sprinkles, which okay. I'm not I'm not against sprinkles, but I don't care very much about them. About the only sprinkles I'm kind of down with are like the chocolate sprinkles, because those I feel like they actually do add something. Conventional sprinkles, there's a texture aspect to them. They certainly do have some taste, but like they're just sugar, so it just kind of adds a little extra sweetness. But I don't know. I'm not huge on traditional sprinkles, but again, I'm not against them. Just not my usual thing. But you're getting that a little bit in there. Every so often, you're going over there and you're getting a piece of waffle cone. The fudge, I mean, that's just blended into the whole damn thing. Again, kind of just adding to the chocolatey aspect. I mean, fundamentally, what it comes down to, this particular one, when it's blended into shake format, it's basically just a chocolate shake, just with some extra flair. And that's not a terrible thing. I mean, a chocolate shake is good. And I would say, well, this is definitely not the best chocolate shake I've had. Because, I mean, I think when you want chocolate shake, you want it to be really, really extra chocolatey. At least I do. In this case, that's not the case. Because it does have, obviously the other aspects to it. But it does give it some interesting dimension, so it isn't just one note. So I could appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's good. The only downside, and this is the thing that I take grievance with when it comes to not only Baskin Robbins, but a lot of places that offer like milkshakes. So few of them have the extra wide straws. Especially if you have flavors that have bits floating in them, you should offer extra wide straws. Because, of course, you go over there, I've got these waffle cone bits and these things and such, and it's like I'm having to kind of do that thing where it's like, I'll go over there, suck up suck up some of it, have to kind of let it back down, up, down. I can't really just, get a nice stream going the way I would like. Which is a bit of a shame, because especially the waffle cones, I mean, waffle cones are fantastic. Add that in as a nice texture. Not only is it a nice texture, you get that nice crunchiness, albeit a little bit soggy from the format, but on top of that, it's waffle cone. It's delicious. Well, 2 questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Probably not, and sort of. Here's why. This isn't a bad milkshake. It's a pretty solid milkshake for what it is. I'm enjoying it. I will continue to enjoy it. It is a sufficient milkshake to go over there and alleviate some of the bullshit that I had to deal with at work. Not all, but some. And that's fair enough. However, here's the reason why I don't think I would get it again as a milkshake. I feel like as a milkshake, it loses a lot of the intricacies that make it its own thing. Because if you have it as a scoop, you've got the difference between the vanilla and the chocolate and the fudge. It's all, it's still there, it's still in one package, but it's allowed to kind of highlight the different elements. When you put it into a milkshake, it mostly just tastes like a chocolate milkshake with bits in it. Now, it's still tasty, I still like it, which is why I said when I would, whether or not I would recommend it, kind of. It's not a bad milkshake, but I do think there are better flavors, available for milkshakes at Baskin Robbins and certainly other ice cream places. This one, like I said, well, not bad. I just think it does. I think it would do a lot better just as a scoop. I think that would work better for it versus the milkshake format. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, spend this rest of your year, folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly Sunday Funday-tastic rest of your life. I mean, realistically, I don't eat Sundays very often. I'm not against them or anything. I enjoy a Sunday every now and again. It's just, it's just not a thing, It's one of those things for me as I got older, it's like a little bit of my childhood kind of fell away. Because, now if I'm going to do like a specific, a specific like ice cream treat or something, I'm going to go in for like one of my favorite flavors, and Sunday isn't really one of those. But, it's still, like I said, it's still good. I'm not going to poo-poo a Sunday. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, now is the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. Okay, like I said, man, I had a fucking whole night at work. I was grumpy, and then I was just about to go home, and then, I was asked for my expert services so that people wouldn't die, and I was like, all right, I'll help out and stuff. I don't want anybody to die. But at the end of the day, like, even though it was a bit of a crappy night, it's important to focus on the positives. And it's like, hey, first of all, I got an extra half an hour of overtime. That's not a bad thing, especially with, me fucking balling out with my $8 milkshakes. God damn. But then on top of that, it's like I was able to help my coworkers out. I was able to hopefully help the situation be remedied by the time I get into work again. So, But it is important when we run into situations that are frustrating, stressful, etc. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you are going to have, I hope you don't. But, you're at some point, you're probably going to have yourself a crappy night or, crappy day, whatever. And maybe you go over there. Maybe you hit up a Baskin Robbins. And maybe you go over there and maybe they have a particularly delicious and milkshake-ready flavor of the month. Maybe one of the Oreo ones, or one that I always regret. I don't know if I ever got it as a milkshake. I want to say that I did, but I don't remember. But I remember it was there, and they had a creme brulee ice cream. And I want to say I got it as a milkshake. I know I at least tried it, but I don't know if I got it as a scoop or a milkshake. But man, do I wish they would bring that one back, because I remember enjoying that a lot. But maybe you're going to find one that's even better than that. Maybe it's going to be so fantastic and amazing. It's going to go over there. It's going to send you into a whirlwind nostalgia trip. And you're going to be thinking back to like the old ice cream parlors when you were a kid. And riding bikes and doing all the stuff and everything. And, back before milkshakes cost fucking nearly $10. With the craziness, folks. And I think about that. And I think to the fact that it's like, I'm 36 now, almost 37. By the time I'm like 45, milkshakes are going to be $10. Madness! But you're not going to think about that because you're just going to be enjoying the nostalgia trip that's, inspired by the ice cream. Or conversely, it has to stop. I know inflation is the thing, but like at some point in time, we have to, as a nation of people, as a global society, we have to go over there and say, nay! Milkshake cannot be $10. We will not exist in this madness. Bye.